A Chinese lip-syncing application was the most downloaded item from iTunes in the first half of 2018, beating giants like Facebook, Instagram or Snapchat. Known as Douyin in Chinese, TikTok now reaches over 150 markets around the world in 75 languages. India, the biggest international market for TikTok, accounts for around 40% of the app's 500 million user base. But it has also drawn criticism as lawmakers in India are asking the government to ban the app for allowing young adults to participate in cultural degradation, racist videos, sexual content, and also cyberbullying. Many are also deeply worried about the political influence a Beijing-based company might have over an Indian audience. Why has TikTok attracted so much attention worldwide? How should we look at the regulatory obstacles it is encountering in countries such as India? Joining me for the discussion in the Beijing studio is Han Hua, Fellow at the Chongyang Institute of Renmin University of China, and in Boston, Noah Wang, CFO, CMO, and co-founder of Top Network, a Silicon Valley-based tech firm. Welcome to both of you. To the point. Now, TikTok ballooned in popularity in 2018. According to research outfit App Annie, it was one of the top 5 downloaded Android apps all year, and India has become the app's largest market. But it is not just in India, it's also popular in US, France and some other countries. So, Han Hua, why did TikTok become so popular so fast?
In my opinion, there are 3 major reasons. One is Douyin, the TikTok Chinese version, has been launched since 2016, so it has already gained certain population and brand awareness, not only in China but worldwide. Because of the population, the users are very young, they are at their younger generation, and it's very easy to have this spillover reaction to the overseas users. China alone has accounted for about 1/5 of the younger population using Douyin in China. So it's a brand awareness spillover. The second reason is TikTok is embracing the turf of using the short video in the internet industry development, but also leading the trend by combining the most used functions with a smartphone. One is the picture taking, the other is the video recording, and the third is music downloading. So TikTok is using its technology in combining all those 3 most used functions with the smartphones and put them together for the users to easily add a 15 seconds or either a little bit longer short version to be shared not only by him or herself, but also by family, friends, and community. This is a very popular function to be adapted. And the third reason is that TikTok is claiming itself not only an internet company, but also a technology company, but an AI company in particular, by applying the machine learning and the algorithm so that they can do the targeted usage by putting the targeted or tailor-made content to different users.
I see.
So that will gain their momentum and popularity.
Okay, around 1/3 of TikTok users are aged 20 to 24, just over a quarter fall into the 25 to 29 bracket, and 20% are under 20% are aged under 20. In France, actually, 40% of youth between 11 to 14 age has a TikTok account. So Noah, it's become the biggest pastime for young people. Why is it so attractive?
Actually, young people have so much hormone, and they can look at their the other people with a similar age on TikTok. And the most important is that TikTok can get people famous very easily. And for example, and there was a movie, Indian movie called Secret Superstar, and it mentioned that there was a little girl, young girl, who got famous through YouTube. Actually, TikTok's feature enables people getting famous and more easily even than Facebook or
you only need 15
YouTube.
seconds.
And people can just say, yeah, actually 15 seconds is very easy, and people around the world can look at you. For example, and if you can watch 4 videos within 1 minute, and you can watch maybe 240 videos within 1 hour. But you mentioned that there are 500 million users in India which has to generate billions of contents. But I am doubting that whether there are not enough contents on the TikTok. So that makes the TikTok's video being seen by many times, the single video be seen by many times by the different people. So that's the most important reason why people can get famous so easily on TikTok. And that's why the young people were attracted.
Yeah. Well, a story from the New Indian Express reported that last December 2016 spoke to crisis lines about experiencing cyberbullying on TikTok. One person even reportedly committed suicide following bullying over videos posted on TikTok. So, Ms. Han Hua, we do not know exactly whether these incidents are true, but it seems that they could happen. Are these incidents TikTok's fault or something that can be prevented, or a nasty byproduct of social media apps in general?
Well, I think because TikTok is one of the most or the most successful short video apps now in the world, so TikTok is easily to collecting all the attentions on TikTok itself, but it cannot be regarded as TikTok's only fault. In my opinion, it's more like the social media's apps, the problems facing the social media apps in general, because in Facebook, in Twitter, in Snapchat or Instagram, or even in TikTok's China version, Douyin in particular, or its parent company, the Cyber Dancing, they all have these apps that be claimed or even be checked that there are many inappropriate content on these apps. 内涵段子, one of its apps in China, has even been banned forever because of this carrying of this inappropriate content. So it's a general problem facing all the internet companies nowadays.
Noah, is cyberbullying a particularly big issue to this app in your mind compared to other apps? Does TikTok have a structural problem compared to other popular apps?
Actually, of course not. Actually, before TikTok and even on Facebook or YouTube or any other media channels, and there are a lot of similar problems happening all the time. In my opinion, technology is not guilty, platform is not guilty either. And actually, the who are not really guilty is the people who are misusing it. So actually, the main reason why people are chasing so many bad influence on TikTok or others, and maybe because those people have some bad habits and of chasing those videos. So in my opinion, that TikTok can just direct people to use the channels in a good way so that the problem can be solved.
The Indian government appears to be listening to these lawmakers. I mean, the Information Technology Minister of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu said the state government will recommend TikTok be banned in the state, according to a report from the Economic Times. And another lawmaker raised the issue in the Central Legislative Assembly, saying, "I raised an issue forwarded to me by community welfare workers that the mobile application TikTok was acting as a platform for heated debates inimical to law and order and sharing of sexually explicit material." So responding to these worries, TikTok launched an internet safety campaign in India to teach its users about what counts as criminal behavior and how to ensure their privacy on the platform. But Han Hua, as a platform, how can you ensure the huge amount of information that's uploaded without any potential harm? Is banning the right solution?
I think banning is maybe the easy and a very simple solution, but I don't think if you ban TikTok, there might be some other apps that can also pose this kind of similar problems or even worse problems. So a more appropriate approach, or a more a proactive approach, in my opinion, would be to, since TikTok is claiming itself to be a technology advanced company, so it needs to adopt some more sophisticated measures and to work with local governments in this regard on what kind of content it has to offer and how to best adapt those terms of conditioning and terms of use. For example, TikTok, in one of its terms of conditions, that the users cannot be under age of 16, but in reality, there are many users in India or in China are users under age of 16. So how to establish a much credible rating system or user tracking system and a more parent, the community, as well as the users to make the law enforcement more compliable. I think it's more sophisticated solution, but a long-term solution.
Okay, Noah, from a technical point of view, are there any solutions that can be borrowed from other apps or other markets?
Actually, I think the technology just emphasizes those problems. And for example, blockchain or other problems and other technologies can easily solve the problem with a decentralized technology. So there are a lot of methodology going on as long as there's a proper way to use it. Just like in Silicon Valley, there are a lot of companies who are using it.
And I'm going to ask this last question to Ms. Han Hua here. Now, actually, we know that many popular Western social media products are banned in China, such as Facebook and Twitter. How do you explain the kind of wish that the Chinese-made social media applications would want to go freely in markets around the world when this is happening in China?
I don't think it's an apple-to-apple comparison. Chinese government or the media and entertainment regulation has a long tradition in providing and regulating the foreign media outlets. So they just think it's an extension to the new media sector, to Facebook as well as other apps, foreign apps into China. And also they also banned the rating system as well. But for TikTok's foreign approach as well as foreign market entry, it's more like a free market choices. It's not banned within the WTO terms. So in the long run, I would say that under this free market regulations or the bigger system, maybe the Chinese government and the watchdogs can think of some new regulations to put, on the one hand, the supervision and control over the foreign media content as a part of their censorship program, and at the same time to see whether there will be opportunities for these foreign apps to be used by younger generation.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Many thanks to my two guests, Han Hua and Noah Wan. And that's it for this edition of The Point with me, Li Xin. As always, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter using the handle The Point with LX. Go to YouTube and look for CGTN The Point. Thanks for watching. You've got The Point, and have a good weekend.